How did you know President Mahama was going to win? Was it just raw research?
For us, it was quite easy.
Easy?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. For 3 years, we knew Bawumia was going to lose. Whoever MPP elected was going to lose.
Oh, that's interesting. Whoever MPP elected, whether it was Alan Chemati,
was going to lose.
Do you think Alan Chemati would have lost?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
If he was a Ashanti chief, would he have lost?
Yes.
Yes, Honorable. How did you know President Mahama was going to win? Was it just raw research?
You know, for us, it was quite easy.
Easy?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. For 3 years, we knew Bawumia was going to lose. Whoever MPP elected was going to lose.
Oh, that's interesting. Whoever MPP elected, whether it was Alan Chemati,
was going to lose.
Do you think Alan Chemati would have lost?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
If he was a Ashanti chief, would he have lost?
Yes.
You didn't quite tell us that there would be low voter turnout. Was there low voter turnout?
I did, but guys didn't listen.
Oh, you said there would be low voter turnout?
Yes.
To the percentage that we saw?
We gave the warnings for Ashanti region, warnings for Eastern region, for Western region, Central region, across the country.
But even in voters, there was lower than 2020.
Yes, across. But
why was there low voter turnout in, say, Volta region?
No, it was because of the people were disillusioned with the political class. They voted NDC in the past. They haven't seen changes in their lives. They've given NDC MPP 8 years. Probably things got worse. Why should they continue to vote?
Oh, so that was a general thing?
Yeah, it was a general thing.
So then President Mahama has a responsibility to save the political class.
Absolutely. If he fails, this democracy will be dead.
That's dangerous.
Absolutely.
Oh, so we've gotten there, where the people are beginning to... Rawlings used to worry about that. That if we don't do this thing, the people will say that this democracy doesn't work. Are we nearly there?
There was a survey that was done about 2 years ago when the junta took power in Niger. And we did a poll.
In Ghana?
In Ghana here.
Relating to what happened in Niger?
Yes.
What did they say?
Over 55% of Ghanaians backed the coup.
You are right, because we all saw what happened at Independence Square.
Yeah.
When Traore mounted the stage and when he was announced.
Yeah.
People want coup? Do they miss Rawlings?
No, you see, a lot of people didn't see Rawlings.
Yes.
Look at the Ghana's demography in terms of voters, younger voters.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't there when Rawlings
at
was
all,
there, so they didn't see that.
Most of them were not even there when Akufo-Addo arrived in 2016.
Absolutely.
If you look at the age thing.
Absolutely. So, what they've seen in other coups.
But they want Niamey and Burkina here.
Because you see, there were two types of coups. There were bloody coups and bloodless coups. What we saw in Burkina Faso and Mali were not that kind of coups we knew happens in Africa. So they saw that kind of coup to be, yeah, this one is cool. We can have that kind of coup.
But don't they see Ghana as a better country than Mali and Burkina Faso?
They haven't been anywhere else.
They haven't seen Burkina Faso and Mali?
No.
So they think it's a Niger, because they have a military guy who gets things done, that Niger is better than Ghana?
Look, when people get frustrated.
Why are they frustrated?
Look at what they've gone through in the last few years.
Yeah, when did this start? Because 2017 to 2020 was super. Akufo-Addo, there was nothing anybody could say in 2018, for instance. If the elections of 24 had happened in 18, MPP would have won it.
You see, politicians assume that once he was popular in the past,
he's still popular.
Still popular.
That's true. That's a dangerous assumption. We've seen them fall from grace to all of them.
Absolutely.
In Nkrumah, everybody comes in with a shout and then goes away.
The political terrain
changes
quite rapidly.
The excuse that international processes had created an economic problem did not wash. Nobody cared.
No, look, people didn't buy into that.
Is it because they didn't buy into it because they heard it, but they also saw that there was corruption?
Let me tell you. I think there was no sense of urgency on the part of the government to show leadership in addressing the issues.
Was the Cecilia Dapa matter major?
It was kind of a bubble that was waiting to burst. You know, people had their own perceptions. But I think her case...
So people were already thinking that these people have 1 million in their homes. And then Cecilia Dapa came. They said, we said it.
Yeah.
Where were they thinking they got the money from? Government money?
Of course. I mean, if you're a government employee, I mean, civil servant, public servant, I mean, where do you get that money from?
It doesn't matter whether in your past life you have been doing some work?
No, it matters. But
people didn't listen.
Look.
Even Akufo-Addo.
She couldn't even explain well. Her story kept changing.
Oh, she didn't even try to explain. I went to see her and she gave me information and she was too distraught to talk. She gave me information I came to say. But all of us knew that this Cecilia Dapaah matter is an issue. Because you see, in 2016, we did some work. And myself, Gabriel Chedako and others working for Akufo-Addo. And a Mary was put out. Then we got a survey from political science. That a Mary thing you are talking about, nobody cares. People don't even believe that one person can, as we say in Ghana, chop $200 million. They didn't believe it. Then bus branding came. Some of us thought that, oh, but this bus branding is not a big deal. I mean, the documents are there. She branded the bus. Then it was put out. And the frenzy with which it caught fire, because people could relate to the amount of monies in the bus branding, much, much lower than a Mary. But they could relate to it. How can you use this to spray bus? And that worked. So when the Cecilia Dapaah thing came, we had to look at it. Is it a Mary or is bus branding? And all of us said this is bus branding. Because people can relate to, she has $1 million in her house. There are 85 of them. $85 million in your homes. Not to talk of vice president and president. You people have $200 million in your home and you tell us that IMF has made prices high. Did these things matter?
You know, the perception was there that corruption was not decreasing. I mean, quarterly polling was showing that corruption was rising, and people were concerned about that. But I think the missing link in terms of the election was that the opposition couldn't link corruption to something with people. There's a missing link between how corruption affects general voters, and that link I don't think was made public very well by the opposition. But people had perception that, look, corruption is there and it's happening. And they've seen people show kind of lifestyle that they didn't show before.
So it wasn't the 8 years?
No, it wasn't.
Didn't it play a role?
Look, that also made it much easier for them to be kicked out. But generally, the economy was in a very bad state. People were desperate. Look, people were really hungry.
Yeah.
When you talk to people in the street, it's shocking the kind of things they tell you. So I
prices were absolutely high. I mean, everybody was feeling it. This NDC campaign of milk in Mahama time, milk today, did it work? Because it's very straightforward. It's the same milk.
Look, you don't even have to go to milk. Even Gobe.
Oh, Gobe went up.
Of course. I mean,
Kenke went up, Gobe.
I used to buy Gobe for 3 cedis.
And it came to 7.
15 cedis.
That's significant.
Yeah. So if I was feeling it,
but next time you want Gobe, I'll show you a place where they do it, which is very good. So putting milk 15 cedis and 15 cedis. Why didn't civil society enter that conversation and say, wait a minute? Nowhere in the world will you take milk of 2016 and it will be better than milk of 2024.
No, this is a thing that you guys or those in policy do. Politics of cost of living. It happens everywhere.
Yeah, it happens everywhere.
Even in the United States, it was politics of cost of living.
It was very much, very
that
much.
really did the trick for. But you see, voters are concerned about their lives today.
Only.
They care about today.
Yeah, makes sense, yes. But that means politicians are going to be on the unfair side of the equation every now and then.
I don't think you can see unfair.
Oh, if you come in and prices have gone out as a result of something that happened elsewhere.
They are elected. Look. I think those kind of argument simply means that we have not planned for the worst case scenario.
That's also true.
Yeah. So for you to be taken by this international situation so rapidly that you lose control of everything, it means there was no,
But nobody won the international argument. Britain's ruling party lost. It started on Germany. Germany's ruling party was whitewashed. Britain's ruling party lost. France, Macron nearly lost because of their political system. He survived. If they had our system, he would be gone, long gone. America, the Democrats were wiped out when they had come in on a landslide 4 years earlier. So in Nigeria is the only place there was a difference. And in Kenya too, there was a difference. Now that was occasioned by an obvious rift in the same party, the same ruling party, the outgoing president and the incoming and the candidate of the party. In Nigeria, there was a major rift. The ruling party won on the account of the new person. In Kenya, same thing. Major rift between the vice president was a candidate. Could that have worked in Ghana if Dr. Bawumia had occasioned a rift between he and Akufo-Addo? Could that have worked?
It could have made a bit better.
But he'll still lose?
Yeah. No, Paul, things were bad.
Yeah, I know.
Things were very, very, very
bad. If John
bad.
Mahama was not the NDC candidate, will NDC still win?
I don't want to speculate when I don't have sense of data.
No, but you said if Bawumia is not the candidate, MPP lose. If Alan is the candidate, MPP lose. Kennedy Japan the candidate, MPP lose.
I think it would have been a very close contest if it wasn't Mahama.
So if say it was Joshua Labi, will NDC have won? I know you haven't done that survey, but
yeah. So I tried not to speculate.
But did the people choose the party or they chose John Mahama?
They chose John Mahama.
They didn't choose NDC.
They chose John Mahama. No, John Mahama they chose.
It doesn't suggest so because in Parliament, NDC won it all over the country.
The theory, you see, if you understand what they call the down ballot effect, you understand why Mahama's performance affected some of the NDC to win the seats.
You think it's Mahama's performance?
Absolutely.
That affected the NDC party?
Yes.
Not the parliamentarians?
No.
It was the other way around?
No.
Does it even happen in your work that the MP can affect the presidential candidate? It's always the presidential candidate who affects the MP?
It's always the presidential candidate who affects the MP.
Okay.
The MPs try to link themselves to the presidential candidate, and sometimes it's difficult. If they are so bad, doesn't matter how...
I believe you because I've been in campaigns where MPs who are going to win have insisted that the candidate must come there. And I was there when they were pulling John Mahama to Labadi. It was so tight schedule for him. He spent about 15 minutes in Labadi. And the lady insisted that but she was very popular. Everything showed that she was going to win. But she insisted that President Mahama must come here. So if you know Labadi well, he couldn't even get inside. It was at Olympia. And he just came in, did his thing quickly, and all they wanted to say is that President Mahama had come. The same thing happened in Teshi, in Nungwa. So he was so tight that he couldn't go to Teshi. But they wanted him over there.
Aha, Prizmmultimedia. When you go so sharp, now me say akwenya no ho de mouth. Say we be subscribe ya the video to my where the first person I want sabet me so your video mu. Now we so a we o man ba pa no wetumi ehun ya ekoso e wo umman mu. Like adwintre bi so ho na opese we dra photo comment section ni mu. Edi ba ko pe na fa frame make mejo so. Me si ha da mu nyina kwase mamomoni ti a ye je me enyado.